Welcome to GMNC. I'm Diogo Barendse, your anchor on this Tuesday's edition of Ballito TV's morning shows. A quick thank you to Puza Water for all our studio bottled water today. Summer seems to be eventually arriving here along the north coast of KZN, so we'll be kicking things off this morning with Heili and Deon, who will be bringing us the weather and surf report, followed by our daily dose of inspiration with Sharon Castle. Leticia Cox is back in studio, and I'm excited to speak about her illegal trade of cheetahs experience and how this experience related to the magnificent photos she took with these beautiful creatures. Coming up next will be the reigning Miss Ballito, Paige Johnstone, and we chat about her reign and what's in store for her after her Miss Ballito journey. Everyone is gearing up for Halloween this month, and there's no better person to kit you out for the occasion than Taryn from Mad Hatter's Party Shop, and we get to hear about what she has in store for us. South Africa's municipal elections will be held on the 1st of November 2021, and there's much rallying going on in our local area. Today, we bring you an interview that Taryn did with Sewraj and Gerard de Billot from Action SA. The show closes out with a music video from Zaan Sonnekus with Eka Nedbid, followed by Kids Morning Slot, Laugh Out Larry. Let's start the show off with the weather and surf report.
Good morning everyone and welcome to your weather for today, brought to you by Ballito Gas and Braai. Vandag is die warmste dag in die hele week en ek staan nie met 'n trui. Ek is so ietwat van 'n pissie baie vroeg in die oggend. Today we have a high of 31 degrees and a low of 19 degrees. The real feel will be 34 degrees and the real feel shade 31 degrees. We have an northeasterly wind at 11 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 20 kilometers per hour. Also 0% chance of showers today. The sunrise will be at 5:22 a.m. and the sunset at 6:03 p.m. Pretoria, aangename sonskyn weer daar vandag with a high of 29 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. Joburg ook lekker warm daar with a high of 27 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. Kaapstad nie so warm vandag nie en bewolk with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. Next up will be your surf report brought to you by 10 skryfbehoeftes and Deon Bosman from Victory Surf. We'll see you tomorrow.
Morning Ballito, and welcome to a beautiful, beautiful day on the east coast of Africa. And it's going to be 27 to 30 degrees today. The wind is gone and it's a cracker day in Ballito. Absolutely beautiful, and with low tide later this morning, it's going to be a beautiful beach day. Still quite a bit of swell around, light easterly breezes the whole day. So great waves at the main beach, good little left and right peaks, great for the bodyboarders and a couple of surfers. A little bit bumpy for the paddleboarders and unfortunately not enough wind for the kiteboarders. So today's definitely a great beach day. Enjoy Ballito. This is the best you're going to get this week. Enjoy it. Have a great one.
Welcome back to GMNC. I'm going to bring you a daily dose of inspiration with the lovely Sharon Castle. And we're just going to focus a little bit about mental wellness this month and mental health. Sharon, how are you this morning?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, apparently my English has been better. How are you doing?
No, I'm really good. And I think sometimes we forget how human we are. So we're all just doing the best that we can, right?
Definitely.
So yes, I wanted to talk a little bit more about mental health, seeing as it is Mental Health Month. And on Sunday was actually Mental Health Day. And there was a huge focus on what it is to be mentally healthy. And the kind of work that I do always focuses on the relationship you have with yourself first. And you know, for instance, if you think about, if you come to me and you say to me, Sharon, you know, I'd like you to give me some money, and I don't have it to give to you, I would have to say to you, well, I don't have it to give. And that's with physical stuff, money or things or items, solid stuff, matter. But if you felt like you were needing some acknowledgement or even love, And I wanted to give that to you, and I didn't think I had it. Obviously, I couldn't give it to you. But this is the thing that most people really, really miss about mental wellness and health, is you do have it to give. And everyone is actually sitting in the middle of mental health. They just don't know it. They just think that they're broken. They just think that there's something wrong with them. And I'm here to dispel that myth forever. One of the things that I love to do is to help people find out who they really, really are at their core. So the world gives you this idea that there's all of this stuff that you need to have, matter.
Definitely.
There's all of these emotions that you need to fix. And it's such a lie. And the biggest job that I have, that I seem to have of late, especially since COVID, is to get people to reset themselves again and understand that what is going on outside of them is just a circumstance. It doesn't have to be what's going on inside of them. There's a huge distinction there. Circumstances are circumstances, but feelings are coming from inside. So the way you're responding all the time is really dependent on you. No one has the power, and no circumstance has the power to affect you. You are the one that does the affecting. And it's almost like a virus. We all understand what that is. And there is an immunity in it. The immunity is love and understanding. So when you can start to forgive yourself first, when you can give yourself love, then you've got so much more to give. And most people think they don't have that. So, the question you've really got to ask yourself is, if you want to give it out, how can you give what you don't have? But maybe you haven't recognized that you do have it. And all that's really happened is you've got this idea that you've put layer upon layer for years and years and years about how wrong you are, about how not right you are, about how much more you still have to do or learn or get or be. And it's all just nonsense. You are who you are where you are, and if you can start from there, you will continue to grow in that light. So there's absolutely no need for you to be anything other than who you are right here in the moment. With all of the mistakes that you make when you talk, whatever goes on, it's just human. We're so led to believe that we've got to be on the up and up. All things to all people. There are lots of people that try to do that. Well, you can see them, they're in early graves. Because that kind of pressure on yourself feels like your head's in a vice. So now I want to say to people, instead of raising the bar, it's quite controversial to say, start to lower the bar. Stop with so many high expectations, and that way you'll grow much quicker.
Yeah, and realize that you have the ability to fill your own cup up
Yes.
and flow into others as well.
Exactly.
And we always look outwards into social media, into
That's
other
it.
places.
Yeah, the little tick.
Correct.
Who's
to tick all the
liking me?
boxes.
Start liking yourself.
Lovely. Sharon, thank you so much.
so welcome.
We really appreciate the time.
Okay.
Next up, we are going to move to a special interest interview with Leticia Cox, so hold on tight.
Passion, purpose, and aligned action is the driving force for all change. Chandramala is a mindful business consultancy bringing people and businesses together. Join me every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on Ballito TV as I take you through a business alignment process and journey. Remember, now is your most precious moment.
Welcome back, Ballito. I'm super excited to introduce our next guest, a Wonder Woman, a globetrotter, an internationally renowned human being all round, Leticia Cox.
Hi, Diogo. Yeah, I pronounced it right. How
Welcome.
are you?
How are you doing today?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Fantastic. I'm sure our viewers do know you, but just getting into a little bit of background history, you are a photographer at the core of it?
Yeah, so I'm a photojournalist. I studied a career many decades ago, and today a theme is actually quite close to what I used to do many years ago. When I lived in Thailand, actually, when I started as a photojournalist, I used to work very closely with the Wildlife Animal Foundation of Thailand. And basically what they did was anything to do with the conservation of any wildlife. So I worked closely with tigers, bears, the Asian bear, gibbons, elephants, cute little animal called slow lories. Those were only one of the most in the illegal trade. Yeah, endangered and illegal trade. So anti-poaching. So I work the all crazy stuff in the jungle. So the subject today, which is cheetahs and the illegal pet trade that they are actually facing, is kind of very close to my heart. And although I'm not involved directly with anything to do with them as in help, but I always like as a journalist to bring the story up for making people aware what's going on. And so yeah, that's what's so important for me to actually and have the opportunity to talk about cheetahs.
And the background that you had gave you the ability to actually document this illegal trade in cheetahs efficiently and get the story out there.
Yeah.
And what is the core of the story? What is going on?
So actually all it started, I only knew that the cheetahs were in danger when I was traveling about 2 years ago, actually 3 years ago, just before COVID. I did that's another story for another day, but I did 5 weeks on my own in Namibia. And I ended up in the Cheetah Conservation Fund. And there's amazing. They're running for 30 years. Wow. And they've been looking after the conservation of cheetahs. And then when I realized that they are an endangered species. There's about 7,100 in the wild, in the world.
I was going to say, is that across the world or just in Africa?
And if you think about like 100 years ago, it's amazing. There were 100,000 cheetahs roaming in the world.
So the numbers have dwindled rapidly.
Yeah.
And the promulgation of that being the illegal trade or urban encroachment, what would you relate that to?
There's a few factors. The main was like places like in South Africa or Namibia, where we have a lot of farms and they're taking over the habitats. That was one. Then there was another interesting factor that I learned is farmers think that they see a big cat like a cheetah and they think that's already a predator or someone is going to take their livestock. But cheetahs are not, they're the weakest of the cat family, although they're big and fluffy and so, but they are not, they will just avoid any confrontation whatsoever. And they like to run to chase their prey. Yeah. So, but if they're in a land, in a farmland, they will take whatever is available. So one of the things that the Conservation of Cheetah Foundation did told me that they're also teaching farmers to live with cheetahs. They are not the main enemy, threats. But then the cheetah trade for exotic animals started to come into place, which happened many years ago. And then sometimes just to make money, they would take cubs from the wild and then cheetahs.
And the illegal trade worldwide, quite a big one.
It's a big one, but I mean 60% of the, unfortunately, we just found out that the 60% of the illegal trade goes to Arabian countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and...
is that through them wanting to have them as pets?
Yes.
Or is it used for traditional healing, just for pet purposes?
Pets, and it's almost like status. I was shocked when I started digging into the story. If you dig in social media, which is not getting better, you will find shocking images of wealthy people having cheetah on their car.
Or a lion
Or
on their carpet.
yes, it's actually, yeah, I don't have words for that. So yeah, so they lose him because of the habitat. They lose him because they're becoming one of those exotic, because they are not aggressive. So it's a big cat, but it's non-aggressive. You can't, not like comparison with a lion or a leopard. So that's what they take them.
And is it legal to own an exotic cat like that?
Well, this is one okay, interesting. Cheetahs, because they are officially an endangered species, are illegal. And although, unfortunately, some of the law enforcement doesn't really happen, but there is an illegal trade. So if people should be aware of this, it's illegal. I found out that some of the big cats, especially the ones in South Africa, they're all protected as an illegal trade. So some of them actually are illegal to have, which is kind of shocking.
Exactly.
Most people don't know. They think it's illegal. It should be. That should be illegal because it's a
off
wild
the bat,
animal.
It should start from a legislation point and move downwards.
But that will be another story that I will tackle. But yeah, the cheetahs are officially illegal to own as a pet.
And how do people get access to your images and follow your stories and get clued up about what's going on?
I have a website with Lens Traveler, and I'm trying to keep social media as much active as possible. And there's always the stories, like I said, sometimes go from wildlife to more human interest. And I can't fix the world. My job is just to tell the stories so people are aware of what's going on. And if my stories get, to help because people like image, and then that brings your attention to my story. That's a successful.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And how much time in total have you spent with these cheetahs? Have you built a bond and a connection with them, or have you just observed them from a distance?
Because I'm very lucky to be in different locations. I have been in Namibia with them. I have in other areas in South Africa. So I'm being lucky to find people to help me and places. I've been walking with cheetahs,
wow.
But you always need to know your place. Just because they are not as aggressive as the other big cats, there's still, especially what you find, because there's two type of group of cheetahs you will find in the wild. That's what they're not doing very well as pets, apart from other factors. But you will find a mom with young ones. That's one group of cheetahs. Or you will find a group of males. So they keep apart from each other. So they are very lone, especially the females are very of a loner kind of species. So they, like I said, they will either with their youngs until they're about a year old and they kind of like she abandoned them or they move on. Yeah. Or males, they like to be in a group. So you will never really find female and male together, only when they're mating. Otherwise, they just keep themselves.
Roaming on their own.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
Leticia, from tigers to lions to cheetahs, glad to have you here and all in one piece. Thank you so much for sharing and for the good work that you're doing. And we look forward to seeing your future projects.
Thank you so much, Diogo.
That's it.
Cheers.
From us here at the lion taming and cheetah walking GMNC show, we look forward to welcoming up next Paige Johnstone from Miss Ballito. Stay with us.
The Miss Ballito 2021 crowning evening will take place at Relax Inn on the 15th of October. I am Corrine Durheim Cornelissen, MC for the evening, and I invite you to join me at this amazing black tie event, starting at 6 for 6:30. Tickets are 475 Rand per person, and this includes a 3-course meal, entertainment, 2 bottles of table wine, and a charitable donation. Tickets are limited, so ensure that you book today by emailing me missballito.rotaryzimbali@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to Relax Inn. Situated in the heart of KwaZulu-Natal's Dolphin Coast, nestled on 2 acres of beautifully manicured gardens with panoramic ocean views and within walking distance of the pristine shores of Sharkers Rock Beach. Our dine-in restaurant offers a mouth-watering menu and caters not only to hotel guests but local residents too. Our venue is perfect for your fairy tale wedding destination with an outdoor garden chapel seating up to 200 guests and a 300-seater ballroom, ideal for receptions, corporate conferences, and functions. Secrets Health Beauty and Day Spa offers guests the opportunity to escape, unwind, and feel rejuvenated. Our accommodation is tailored to the discerning business traveler, holidaymaker, and perfectly suited for that romantic getaway. We look forward to welcoming you to the Relax Inn.
Welcome back, Ballito. I'm super amped to invite the reigning Miss Ballito onto our show this morning. Paige, how are you doing?
Good, thank you for having me back.
Lovely, lovely. Looking beautiful as always.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So you are the current reigning Miss Ballito.
Yes.
And it's been through some crazy times recently.
Yes.
I don't think a traditional year that you've had as a reign.
No,
Talk to us
definitely not.
about how it's been this year.
So this year has been fairly challenging. I have spoken about it the last time. I tried to continue all my projects that I did when I was when I did the competition back in 2019. But obviously with COVID, there have been so many restrictions and rules that we had to follow. Unfortunately, we couldn't go into hospitals, old age homes, handing out food. There's just so many things there's so many rules and regulations that you have to follow. So it's been quite challenging, but I've tried to just stick to small projects that I'm capable of doing with my friends, with my family.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
talking about projects, I believe there is a new charity and a new project underway.
Yes, so probably a week after I was on the show, I had a family friend get hold of me, and she told me about her friend that is wanting to start a charity organization. So obviously I was all interested, and I have all my ideas that I was happy to share. And they actually asked if I would like to be one of the directors of the charity organization. So
Fantastic.
it's recently been registered.
Beautiful.
It's
As an
called-
NPO?
Yes, it's
Lovely.
called Zaan SA, and we have just launched our first initiative.
Okay, and what is the aim of the organization?
It's just to help anyone in South Africa who's struggling, obviously, through the pandemic.
In a food sense, in a social sense,
Anything. So it's basically just putting people in contact with other people that can help them. It's raising money. It's if your business has gone under, speak
and
to
how do
us,
people
reach out to us.
you?
So you can either get hold of us on Instagram or Facebook. It's under Sewraj SA.
Okay,
Yes.
fantastic. And do you have any special first project that you guys are going to
Yes, so
do?
our first one we've just launched about 2 weeks ago. It is helping a young girl named Avella. She's 9 years old. She is from Mayville, KZN. She unfortunately underwent some very tragic medical issues when she was a lot younger, and her legs had to be amputated. So we have been in contact with a doctor named Dr. Jeremy Creek, and he is helping us he is going to help us with getting her a set of prosthetic legs.
That's
so,
incredible.
Yeah, at the moment we are just raising money so that we can obviously get her the prosthetic legs and just give her and her family a little bit extra, to try and improve their living conditions, their food
Beautiful.
conditions.
You must keep us updated on that story,
Yes.
a heartwarming one, no doubt.
Yes.
Great, and on to the Miss Ballito evening, the crowning
Yes.
evening's coming up.
Yes, that is this Friday at 6 at the Relax Inn.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And how was your crowning evening? You remember the experience?
Yes, it was nerve-wracking, but it was so much fun, and it was just so nice being with all the girls. I think that was the last time we were all together in the same room bonding. So for all the
Fantastic.
girls,
You got a message for them?
Yes, so for all the
Cool.
girls, just be confident, be yourself. It's probably the last time you're all going to be together under the same roof, so just enjoy the experience.
Yeah, take it all in.
Yeah, the journey of Miss Ballito might be coming to an end, but your own personal journey is just beginning. So don't forget the work that you've put in, the bonds that you've made, the friendships that you've made, and the
And enjoy the
changes
ride.
you've
Yeah.
made to the community. So just keep pushing through and continue.
Fantastic, what a nice place. I'm sure they are all nervous, but looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Definitely.
And what are your plans for after Miss Ballito? So now that your journey is just beginning.
Yeah, so I think my journey definitely is just beginning with the new charity organization that we've started. I'm looking forward to just putting a whole bunch of energy into that and making as much of a difference as I can, obviously alongside my other work that I do. But
And what do you do for other work?
so I do marketing for a few nightclubs and country clubs, and I do eyelash extensions
Okay.
and promotional work on the
Oh,
golf
that's-
courses. Yeah, a whole bunch of odd
Yeah.
jobs. Yeah,
So an all-rounder.
an
in a
all-rounder.
sense.
Yes, but hopefully this new journey can actually be somewhat full-time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
So you're moving
in the future.
You're hoping
yeah.
to move into the
Yeah,
charity
definitely.
and helping role as a full-time.
Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah.
And how do you think, besides monetary, that people could support this charity and this endeavor? What is it that people can do either daily or in small ways to make a difference?
Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to have a lot of functions and events that people can attend, and it's always just small things, you know, sharing our Instagram posts that we put out there. If you can't help personally, someone else that you know maybe can. So it's just spreading the word, getting it out there to the people, reach as many people as we can.
Definitely. And are you focusing in KZN
I
purely,
think-
or is it just
no,
going to kind of
South Africa as a whole.
on the
So
whole?
if anyone needs anything or anyone is able to help us, you know,
Right.
we'd appreciate anything, just to make contact with us, and we're happy to help. Yeah.
That's such a refreshing aspect to have, because normally people associate beauty pageants and
Yes.
these with not really kind of heartwarming stories or
No,
helping, but
exactly.
more just kind of
Yeah.
personal beauty and all of that.
As I've said before, I don't feel like it is a beauty pageant. You know, it is the makeup, the glamour, you know, all the girls are going to be dressed up in their fancy dresses and everything this Friday, but it comes down to the work that you've put in and the effort that you've put in.
And can
you
anyone
know-
off the street have access to the gala evening and to the crowning evening?
Yes,
How
they
does it all
can.
work? Run us through
Okay,
it.
so just get hold of Heidi from the Miss Ballito community. She'll help you. It's 475 Rand a ticket. You get a meal. There's a couple bottles of wine for the
Oh, yeah.
table. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Anyone's welcome. Anyone's invited.
What more could you not want?
I know.
Wine, food.
It's black tie, so get all tucked
Yeah.
up.
Okay, fantastic. And will there be
Yeah.
photographers on the night?
Yes, definitely.
And
Capture
would
it
you say
all.
that this is kind of one of Ballito's premier events when
No,
it comes
definitely.
to beauty pageants?
Definitely.
Fantastic. And how long has Miss Ballito been running?
I'm not actually too sure. I think it's been, like 10 years?
Okay,
7 years?
nice. And I
Yeah.
believe there is an exciting new development that Ballito TV will be streaming it live.
Yes, yeah.
Do you think that
They've
this
been
will
at
add
all the
pressure
events.
to everything?
Yes, it has. We had the cocktail evening and you guys were there. It put me under a lot of pressure.
And
Normally it was just a room full of people. Now it's
now you're
many
live.
more.
Exactly, now you're exposed in a sense.
Yeah.
Great. And what piece of advice could you give to the girls to deal with this pressure and stress?
It's always just important to be yourself, speak from the heart. You know what you've done and all the hard work that you've put in. So just stay true to that.
Fantastic. Such great advice and such a wonderful person. A big thank you to Paige for coming through, the current Miss Ballito. We look forward to talking about the Ballito buzz after this with Halloween specials. Stay tuned.
Good day, Ballito. Get ready for an action-packed Rocktober with the drive times brought to you by CMH Mitsubishi Ballito, CMH Suzuki Ballito. We're going to be speaking all things about cars, small cars, fast cars, big cars, off-road cars, racing cars, buying your first car, fuel-saving tips. You might even visit Ferrari, who knows. Don't miss us this month in Rocktober on Ballito TV.
I'm Monet.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Devin.
And we are
Ballito TV.
We are a streaming channel showcasing content-rich programming that appeals to a wide audience.
Ballito TV officially launched on the 1st of February 2021 and has already attracted over 500,000 viewers worldwide.
Viewers are able to select their preferred device and way in which to watch Ballito TV, either live on our Facebook page, our website, YouTube channel, or by downloading our app free from the Play Store.
Best of all, if you've missed one of our shows, catch up at your own convenience by visiting our catch-up platform on our website and our app.
Ballito TV offers a variety of advertising from as little as 1,000 Rand. So the misconception that advertising through this medium is out of reach for most businesses is totally incorrect.
Get in touch today by emailing hello@ballito.tv or send your name and details to our WhatsApp line on 066 232 1385 and we will give you a call.
Welcome back, Ballito. As you know, October is a month for Halloween, and we've got some exciting activations for you. I'm going to welcome Taryn through from Mad Hatter's Party Shop.
Hello.
Thank you. And your daughter?
Yes, my daughter Jessie.
Jessie, how are you, babes?
Good, and you?
Great. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, thanks.
Fantastic. Super excited to have you guys on the show. You looking the part?
Yes, definitely. Getting ready.
Yeah,
Almost
I didn't know who it was walking in. Was it the Men in Black or the witches? But way sweeter than a witch. Taryn, you're a well-known character and face around Ballito through Mad Hatter's Party Shop.
Yes.
Talk to us about Mad Hatters and Halloween this year.
So we've already started stocking up. More stock will be coming in soon, hopefully. We're just waiting for container to arrive. But yeah, we're there for you to come and enjoy, get some outfits, get decor. It's time to just have fun.
Are the outfits for rental or for purchase?
So we've got outfits for rental and then the accessories for sale.
Okay.
So we've got both. So some people go all out and then others just want something small. So we've got that as well. So.
What's the recommendation to get in early and get your outfits in early? How does it all work? Do you book them? Do you come on the day? How would you suggest the best way to get your outfit locked and loaded is?
So the rental, I would come in early to get in. And then if you're buying accessories, also come early because we got a variety. There is more coming in, but you don't want to leave it till the last minute.
Yeah,
because it might be sold out. You know, you might have your heart set on something and then it's gone by the time you come in.
So avoid the heartbreak and get in early.
Yeah, and also the rush. There's always a rush at the last week.
Towards the end, it just all peaks, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. And I believe there's 1 or 2 events going on in and around Ballito and charity events specifically. Talk to us about what's going on.
Yeah, so Sables is doing the amazing Halloween weekend.
Maze,
yeah, so they do 2 lots. There's the maze, which is the scarier, more focused on adult side. And then they've also got the kids section, which is quite nice. It's the, I think, 3rd year that they're doing it now. Always well supported. And the best is for charity. So Sables Creatures does make some money out of it,
Definitely.
which they desperately need at the moment.
And we've all helped Sables throughout the years because they are such an amazing cause, and you can see exactly where the fundraising goes to. What is the story behind Sables?
Well, there's a lady, Seema, and she's the main person, and they go out and help animals sort of in need. I know their vet bills is quite high because if there's an animal that needs vet, they sort it out. They get food, they help with dog kennels and things like that. So anyone that really needs, they're there to help.
And they've been in the local area for years.
Yes, yeah, very much in the community.
So it's good to see where the fundraising actually goes to.
Yeah, and you can see it. I mean, Seema goes out herself. She was, as far as this week, she was out again handing out food and things like that. And I think at the moment there's so many people without jobs, they can't afford to feed their animals and stuff. So unfortunately, it falls on Seema to help them, more people now.
Okay, but let's get down to the business end of things. This maze.
Yes.
Talk us through the maze. How does this thing work?
So it's running on the weekend of the 30th, 31st, on Halloween weekend. Very well organized. There's scarers, Some people say it's not so scary, but yeah,
Scary. Jessie, talk to us about how scary it is.
It's not really that scary. Last year they said it was going to be scary, but it really wasn't.
Jeez, these kids are made of steel now.
Yeah, no, I was scared.
I was scared too. I think I needed to pack an extra set of underwear for this year.
Yeah, no, look, I've seen some of the props and the scarers, and yeah, take
Right.
extra underwear.
So if you could give us any recommendation for the minimum age going into that maze, because I do know that for the younger kids, especially the small ones, it could be a little bit overwhelming. So talk to us about kind of what people will be encountering and how old do you think they should be going to the maze?
Look, it's difficult, I think, age-wise, because you would know your child. If your child does scare easily, then no.
They don't go.
Some of them do get brave. Maybe go through yourself, see what it's like. I must admit, they are quite good when they see a smaller kid. I don't think they're as scary.
Yeah.
But they might not see because they hop around corners and stuff. So they might not see it's a child. So go through yourself, see, and then you can let your child through if you feel happy
And the
about
venue,
it.
where is it?
It's at the Umhlali Country Club.
Okay.
So-
and it runs all day or for a certain period of time?
Yeah, there is certain times. They can go on the Ballito Halloween Horrors Facebook page, and then all the details of both are there. So
Okay.
they are already planning in case the weather's bad, so you don't have to worry about that.
Lovely.
So,
lovely.
yeah.
And it is amazing, like you say, it is the 30 of the May, so it's getting bigger and better every year. The venue's a fantastic venue. There's secure parking.
Yes,
There's a
yeah.
restaurant there. And it kind of turns into a festival atmosphere. And it's all for a good cause.
It is, and a lot of the community get together for it. So that was also nice, as the community comes together for it.
It's become a well-known event. It's what people do.
Yeah, so, and then also there's also Flag Farm on the Saturday. They also do very much kiddie-orientated.
All right. And
Stuff
talk
as
to
well.
us about Flag Farm, also well-known establishments around here. What sort
Yes.
of help do they need? And what do they do for their Halloween activation?
So they need help as in visitors coming to visit, because obviously there's a lot of animals they have to feed. Again, with the pandemic, they got a lot more animals. People couldn't afford their animals, so kind of just dropped them off by them. So they just need support. So
That's it.
yeah, they do more sort of, they don't do anything scary, so it's more just a fun day for the kids
Fantastic.
to go. Yeah, also their details are on their Facebook page.
Lovely.
So
Great. Taryn and
Yeah.
Jessie, thank you so much for coming through. You know where to go to get your Halloween supplies, and you know what to do to get scared and to enjoy your Halloween vibe. We look forward to welcoming you back after this break. Sweet. Well done, girls. Lekker. Lekker. Special.
With me in studio, I've got Action SA, Nell, and Gerard. Welcome, gents.
Well, thank you. Thank
It's lovely
you for
having
having
you
us.
guys here. Yeah, it's good to see
Lovely
the
to be
guys
here.
in green. Such a lovely bright color. Tell me, Action SA, what is it that you guys stand for, and what is it that you're hoping to achieve with the outcome here in Ballito?
I think to start off with, Action SA was a party. It's a fledgling party that started just over a year ago. Started by Herman Mashaba, the former executive mayor of Johannesburg Metro. And he started it on the basis of that when he left Johannesburg Metro, he did such a beautiful job there that South Africans were asking him to start his own political party. Herman Mashaba is an entrepreneur. He didn't want to do that. So he started an organization called the People's Dialogue, and he wanted to hear what South Africans got to say. And he put it out there, telling his supporters and family that if he gets 500,000 people in South Africa that tells him to start a political party, he'll consider it. He had 2.4 million people
Isn't that
respond
fantastic?
and told him to continue what he did in Joburg to the rest of the South Africa, and he went for it. And that's how Action SA was birthed and started. And he has one goal. We have one goal. That the ANC we have today is different from the ANC we had 27 years ago. Unfortunately, they become a corrupt syndicate. And all over South Africa, Action SA has one goal: to unseat the current government, to unseat the ANC, and for the sake of bringing back proper service delivery and governance to South Africa. So that's the gist
that's
of
brilliant,
Action
and
SA.
that's what we're all striving
Maybe
to
Gerard will tell you about Ballito and some of our plans. He has great plans.
Yeah, Gerard, we are all dying to hear about what's going to happen. What are you trying? What are you envisioning for Ballito?
Well, look, I think my vision's been here 20 years that I've been actually in this village, that I've owned property from a small little property and been growing and growing and growing. And I've been lucky enough that Ballito's been a growing village and it just doesn't stop growing. So, but a lot of challenge we had is with trying to get municipality to work with us in their understanding of how businesses should work. And I think when Action SA approached me about probably 2 months ago, and I looked at Herman Mashaba's story and understanding his manifesto and him being a businessman the same as my understanding should be how municipalities should work with businesses, it all made sense to me. I mean, it's just, to me, is the perfect recipe to make things happen and to make, you know, we've got a lot of entrepreneurs in this town, and the encouragement to get the guys to work and the developers. Most of my problems, 50% of my day is spent working with municipality, trying to get them to understand what we're trying to achieve. And I think it's a very difficult balance as to how to get them to actually say, okay, guys, because at the end of the day, we actually their clients. So when we're paying them hundreds of thousands, if not millions, out of this community to grow this community. So they should be working with us on initiatives. And I think that's probably why I've decided to run for a ward councillor for Ward 30, and now being my neighbour in the neighbouring ward. But I think maybe if we can get into a position where we can work hand in hand with municipality and understand how we can grow this area, because I think we probably live in one of the most magnificent coastlines probably in the world.
Here. We're so blessed, aren't we? And I mean, if you can liaise that with the municipality, it's magic.
So I pretty much work on projects most of the day. I mean, we started the URP, which is about 12, 13 years ago, which does the cleaning and greening of public open spaces. It's a contribution by business owners that put the money in. We run the security on the beach, we paint, we clean, we plant trees. Another initiative we run is the Ballito Beach Collective, which is trying to enforce municipal bylaws as the private sector, just to keep, which I believe is the beachfront. You know, that's our only tourist attraction. We don't have the Table Mountains or the Kruger Parks or the water parks. So
it's our pride and joy.
That's what, as a business owner here, that's what we need to look after to make sure that people come and enjoy Ballito.
And the common problems that we find in Ward 6 and 30, what are those problems? How do you wish to eradicate those problems?
It's similar to what Gerard mentioned. Our top priority is our beaches. That's our asset in Ballito. And I think the protection and preservation of our beaches is utmost importance, especially during the holiday periods.
Yeah.
And we all know as Ballito residents what happens here with the drunken revelry, the littering, the crimes on the beaches. And we've even come to know that there's drug peddling going on, maybe from car guards, from informal settlers, not informal settlers, these informal traders
that come
as
in.
well. Yeah, peddling drugs as well. And all of these things, we need to clean up our beaches and, you know, make Ballito the tourist destination that it should be. We have some of the most beautiful beaches in South Africa here.
No, we do. We're so blessed. And I mean, you can see in holiday time how those cars just pull in.
So I think Ward 6 and Ward 30 share that.
Okay.
Right from Salmon Bay, Clark Bay, Thompson's, right to Shaka's Rock, all these beautiful beaches. And I think, Gerard, it'll also be electricity.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, just to
outages.
To add on to what Nell said is, I mean, right up to Sheffield Beach, Tinley Manor, I think Ward 22, even Ward 4, you know, where a lot of the workers and a lot of the guys come from. Those are all areas that are bordering our wards, and I think we need to make sure that we provide security, keep it clean. That's for tourism and investment here, but again, it's going back to how do we keep the people here interested in investing and spending money here. It's the water infrastructure, which I think we're facing some problems into the future, you know, whether they're being maintaining or replacing. Same as electricity. Electricity is an aging infrastructure, which those are two things that need to be addressed urgently, especially if we want to encourage people to come and live here, invest here, and to grow this economy that we've created.
No, most definitely. And are there any initiatives that you will be partaking in with other candidates within the Dolphin Coast?
So the one is you've helped us with all the videos. I mean, we've got 30 candidates that have come in.
Isn't that a fantastic, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
No.
To Ballito TV.
Yeah.
And I think that was a great help, especially for the guys that, you know, don't have the money. I mean, we're all running this campaign by ourselves out of our own pockets. So it's been very difficult, especially for the guys in all the wards. There are 30 wards out there. So you take ward 29, 28, 30.
Yeah.
The guys have come in here now with a real passion and understanding for a change in South Africa. But how do they fund now something that is very costly and difficult and trying to send a message out there? So I think those little video clips that we did for all 30 was probably the most powerful message that they could send out in WhatsApp groups, social media.
Most
So
definitely.
that I'd say is probably one of the best initiatives so far to help the guys.
Oh, that's
And I think going forward, as a political party, as Action SA, we've spoken to the other candidates, Ward 22, that's Stephanie Ashworth, and Bafana De Silva from Ward 4, Shaka Z. And maybe even a Ward 12 and 20, that's the Palm Lakes, Tinley Manor area, including maybe 28 Chakas, because they're neighbors, to us, that we could work together to keep Ballito, with good service delivery and so forth. So we realized one of the things we need to do is probably start a central office, maybe here in the south for Action SA, so that we could handle all queries, all power outages, whatever queries may come from the ground. We'd have an office to handle that.
That's fantastic.
All the councillors could work out of that office. Gerard and I has always been talking and have been mentioning it, and Gerard has some great plans. I know the municipality has failed us in this regard of attracting investors, including foreign investors, into our beach town, to some major investors here. In that way, we could eradicate unemployment and
Most definitely.
contribute to local economic development.
Yeah.
I think the more investment we get here, the more jobs we can create, the bigger it grows. And I think with employment comes more secure area. If people have jobs, they've got things to look after. And I think another big thing, just not only our neighboring wards, but I think we need to go deeper into the outlying wards, is to try and help the guys that are really struggling out there. I mean, they've got less service delivery than we have. So if we can add value to our wards and add value to the outlying wards, I think it just grows and improvement with encouraging investment. I mean, my belief is if it's safe, clean and secure, people will come. I mean, we have the space, we have the climate, we have the beaches. We just got to make them feel welcome, and that's pretty much what we work on every day.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And in closing, what would you like to say to the voters and residents of KwaDukuza?
Hey, as I mentioned, KwaDukuza is a vibrant municipality. We have the revenue. We cannot say we don't have the money. There's money available. I've been in council before, I know. And we generate our budget is about 1.7 billion per annum. So the money is there. The needs on the ground are there. We need better beach accesses and better tourism facilities, so that can even become a breadbasket, for the rest of our municipality, rates and income breadbasket. So we have the money and we have needs. But it's the intermediary that connects these two that's problematic, which is the municipalities. They're supposed to facilitate this process. And both our municipalities, as Gerard mentioned, even water. And water, well, I think north of Amvoti to Stanger, that area is supplied by Ilembe. We supplied by CISA. But so the municipalities are failing. So the municipalities are currently ANC-led, both of them. And I think we've given the ANC 27 years, and we've seen that our towns, our cities in South Africa, and we've seen it here, has deteriorated. There's no political will. And we need to change that. That's why my message to the constituency out there, the residents in KwaDukuza, is go out on the 1st of November. We have the goal. Our goal is to unseat the ANC, whether by winning by outright majority or by forming coalitions with other parties in council. But one way or the other, we want to unseat the ANC. And that's the only way to get good governance back. And I'm encouraging voters to go out there and vote for Action SA. Vote for Action SA on all 3 ballot papers, so that we can get enough wards won, enough PR councillors in council to continue this fight, and even on the district level, we could have councillors on the district municipality.
So tell me, where is Ward 30 and what does Ward 30 consist of?
So Ward 30 is a new ward for those that don't know. It starts at Zimbali down by the beach. It runs up to the M4. It runs right up to just past Hollow Trails before Rain Farm. It includes areas such as Caledon, Mshali Country Club. It's probably the most important hub, which is the Ballito Business Centre, which is lifestyle and surrounding businesses, which probably generates the most rates money for KwaDukuza municipality, which is why I think they have to have, there should be some decision making from this ward as to how infrastructure, that's our growing point for economy, for work, for business. It includes Zimbabwe Estate, it includes Seaward Estate, and most of the residential area around
and
it.
Avondale as well.
Townsend, Avondale,
Comes into.
Townsend Park, and everything
It's a
south
large
of
area.
Ballito Drive.
And it excludes Driefontein. Many people confuse that. That was the old Ward 21. That still remains Ward 21, Driefontein, but that's not included in Gerard's.
Okay.
Yeah, Ward 30 is.
Ward 30, yeah. So I think Ward 30 is probably the most important economic area for the whole of KwaDukuza, and including probably all the 30 districts of the Lembe. So yes, to me, I'm passionate about it. I've worked here most of my life. I started here as a mechanic. I'm not a politician. I understand how to fix things and make things work. That's good.
That's a big plus, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's fix South Africa.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I think while people should vote for me, look, I think we can make a difference. I mean, we can't do worse than what currently is happening out there. I mean, if you look at all the municipalities throughout South Africa, they have failed. It has been a catastrophic failure in anyone voting now to keep the current municipalities in power. I think it's just, we're on a downhill trend very fast. So Action SA, green, new, I think we're going to make a difference. In actual fact, we are going to make a difference there.
Well, guys, it was lovely having you on Ballito TV, and we wish you all the best for the future and all the exciting new adventures that are going to take place, and we'll be holding thumbs. All the best. Thank you.
Thank
Keep
you.
well.
Thank you, Taryn.
Finlay Fuel and Ballito TV are proud to announce that when joining the Finlay Fuel program that offers you a cashback benefit on your monthly fuel spend at BP service stations countrywide, you're not only saving a whopping 70 cents per litre on diesel and 13 cents per litre on petrol, but a portion of your spend is also donated to charity. Charity is selected quarterly so that we spread the love as best we can. Submit your registered charities details by 27 September to hello@ballito.tv, and your charity could be the fortunate recipient of a donation at the end of this year. Take advantage of this double whammy opportunity of saving and donating all in one by signing up on www.finlayfuel.co.za. Welcome back to GMNC. We'd just like to extend a massive thank you to our guests, viewers, and sponsors. We'll be closing out today with a music video by Zaan Sonnekus titled Ek Kan Net Bid. And don't forget, laugh out Larry straight after the show for the kids. Thank you so much for watching and keep it tidy, Ballito.
4 uur die oggend, as die bed steeds kraak na al die oorlog, sukkel hy om te slaap, hy val deur die krake, hy val tot hy wegraak. Hy wil nie lag nie, want die oggend is koud, dit word nie verwag nie. Sy glimlach lyk oud, asof hy jonk is, as die koffie weer bitter broe. Maar daar's 'n ramp van klip en silwer in die donker, as jy net weer kyk, en as jy wonder oor die woorde, sal ek oor jou skryf. My lege bede is die rede dat ek jou verwy. 100,000 sigarette brand in jou as jy na sterre kyk. Verloor jou hart en alles in as jy na whisky ry. Ek soek die kleur maar ek vind seer as ek in jou oë kyk. Maar ek soek steeds na jou. Ek kan net bid vir nou, tot my daar opraak. Ek het nog soveel vrae. Ja, ek sal veg vir jou, en als waarvoor jy wou, tot my daar uitloop. As jy jou siel verkoop, ek kan net bid vir nou. En ek kan net bid vir jou. Ek kan net bid vir nou. Ek kan net bid vir jou, tot my daar uitloop. As jy jou siel verkoop, ek kan net bid vir nou. Ek kan net bid vir jou, tot my daar uitloop. As jy jou siel verkoop, kan ek bid vir nou. En ek kan ek bid tot jou, en tot my daar opraak. En daar was nog soveel vrae.